In this video, I visit a field of lupins before moving on to the secret forest where I share a poem I'm working on about grasping the thistle. As I was driving up island, there was all these lupins out, and there was a huge mass of them up beside the road just coming in up the hill towards Qualicum. And I thought, okay, I can't not stop for that, but I just was going too fast and missed where I could park. So I've come a little ways further. This is a place that I've seen in the past and thought, oh, that could be good. But I've never stopped, but I did stop. There are lupins here, but they're all sort of spread out, so there's none of that, you know, big patch of purple that just stretches on. But this is a lovely little meadow, and of course it rained last night, so there's dewdrop, there's raindrops sitting in the lupin leaves. So there'll be some images here, and I'm actually looking forward to walking along the edge of this meadow. You know, today's just a day to see what we find, and I've heard some birds singing. It's interesting with the highway right behind me here, that constant sound of cars. But I think as I work my way along, that will fade. I can hear that bird song. So there's a lot of potential here, so I'm looking forward to the day. Well, this has been a fortuitous day. I found this little road winding up across this open bit of I'm not sure what this is here for. Something to do with either the road access, or this might actually be, there's a farm over here, so this might actually be farmland. It's very rutted. It's a very, I'm not sure what happened here. Something, you know, with a lot of big tires. But this road running through the middle of it is really lovely. And of course, the lupins tend to be either seeded in these areas to bring back meadows and forest, or they've just seeded here because it was scrubland, which they tend to like to do. So either way, it's quite lovely. I'll turn this around so you can have a look. Yeah, these lovely lupins, and I've been hunting in here for what's locally called blues, little blue butterflies. I should really learn their names, but they're in here with both bumblebees and honeybees, mostly bumblebees actually, so that's a good sign. And there's still a lot of water on the leaves and everything. I haven't actually been able to get close to any of the blues there. I guess it's warm enough now. The sun was out and I didn't realize they were here. So I would have come over here when it was still cooler. And then they usually just hop a little ways ahead and you can get close to them and get some photographs. But that's just a lovely place. I love it when you just head out and you see something and you grab the opportunity. I haven't actually spent time in with lupins. They're actually really beautiful, even though they're very common and often in scrubby areas. So I'll turn this camera around again. This little road goes down here into an alder forest, and so there could be some birds down here. I did see a couple of sparrows earlier. I'm not sure which kind. I think they might have been Savannah, but it looked like they had maybe some red on their head, so they could be a chipping too. I haven't seen a chipping before, but I know they're around. So I guess I did see one on Notch Hill one time. But anyways, I'm going to keep going here. It's really, yeah, it's just been a really nice morning.
Yeah, spending time amid the lupins. What could be better, eh? Yeah, it's pretty nice. The smell of these roses, these wild roses, just very evocative. The well, that's a honeybee actually in the rose here, but yeah. Wow, those are so nice. Yeah, they smell like roses. Yeah. I'll turn the camera around here, see if I can get a bee. I've come into my secret forest. First time since the winter. I'm right by the highway, so apologies for the car noise. I actually started recording because the Varied Thrush is singing here. There's two of them, one just up in the trees here somewhere and one further over. I don't know if it's territorial or not. I just find the Varied Thrush song so beautiful. Just that single solitary note at different tones, I guess. Yeah. I can also hear wren, probably the Pacific wren in the background there. So, but what I'm actually, I left the wildlife lens in the car because I wasn't thinking there would be a lot of opportunities. It's pretty dark today. What I've actually come for is to see if there's any trilliums left. There may be. I'm a little further north here. They're pretty much all over down in Nanaimo. And then of course the deer fern should be coming out, and I wanted to check on them and see where they're at, and yeah, just get a sense of what else is happening in the forest. So I'm going to be walking through here and see what I can find. Well, every visit to the forest you find something different. I was attracted by these mushrooms. I'll turn this around so you can see. This is the log down here with all the mushrooms that I was seeing. They're kind of in various stages of development. And then over here, this is really interesting. There's what looks like mold. I'm not sure if it's the mold or if it's I guess it is, or if it's the mycelium. I thought initially maybe it was the mycelium being broken open from the wood, and that may be the case. I'm not sure, but it's very interesting. Let's have a closer look. Yeah, it's just like a fuzz on everything. I'll have to get the macro lens out and have a look. And certainly the mushrooms are intermixed with it. The forest is looking nice and green. So yeah, I'm gonna have a closer look at this and see what it is. It's a new one for me to see it all like on the surface like that, but maybe it's just mold, I'm not sure. So I'm wrapping it up here for the day, I think. I found one of my favorite spots here by the little creek that flows through the secret forest, and I'm just sitting here enjoying the quiet. My brother just phoned, which was a nice surprise, and looking forward to seeing him in the coming week. I was just thinking about some poetry that I had written a little while ago that I've been working on, kind of trying to improve the poem. And I've kind of been waiting for the season when the thistles come out, because it has a theme about thistles. And when I was earlier in the meadowy area there where hummingbird. That's great. When I was in that meadow earlier, I noticed there were a lot of thistles just starting, so I'm hoping that in a couple of, probably about almost a month, I think those thistles will be in bloom, so I'll go back and try taking some pictures there. I thought I would just read this poem and see how it comes across in the video. I'll leave it in if it doesn't, and if it doesn't come across very good, then I'll wrap it up here. But here's the poem. It's called "The Glowing Thistle." Unmuttering, the trees lean in. One of the word thumpers, I prattle the forest empty of birds. Like a sapsucker, I tap trees. I'm looking for the rare milk. Skin thin and sensitive, I hump my snarl of sinew and fat over rocks and logs. I have too many hands. I'm one of the graspers, one of the octopus people, one of this, out of the sea I mooch up eventually, inevitably, to the needled shore of fur. Green gate of humility, I follow the path, outlined in silence, away from the swelling tide. Humanity. Before I know it, the trees begin to dance in a wind, muttering now. They have something to say. They sway and flail. Limbs, trunks, and monks crash down. A storm of something rational penetrates the forest, pushy and strong, till trees break and I stumble awake. I'm just a fragile candle flame. I long for bees, like doors for keys, raisins for the sun, and Morpheus for the one. I long to burn on despite the gale. If we are to glow through the rain, we must wick much wax. There's no shame in consuming life, our life. There's no wound half as deep as faith. We bring belief to our bosom, that ball of barbs. We love it into something. A glowing bulb of scales. Our wick calcifies into filament, that fragile flame surrendering to the forest as bright as night. Like a glass blower, we shape a thistle, bristle and beautiful. And then we grasp it, suddenly realizing letting go is the same as embracing what we want to push away. Finally, we think the pain our hands were made for, shards of suffering, piercing away hubris, the lesson unleashed. Wonderful to have the hummingbird right there behind us. Anyways, that's it for today. Hope you're having a good day. Bye for now.